The charges against Dr. Besigye are political. The charges, flimsy charges against the leaders who have been held, who are still being held, like the NUP deputies, Lina Zedriga, Jacqueline Kamshaba, are political. The charges probably that they would bring against all these more than 600 people they are holding will be political. So it's a political question. And yes, we want that political issues are settled on the table through negotiation, not by imprisonment, by torture, by violence. Yes, if there is an opportunity to discuss, we will discuss the political questions that people disagree with the government about. Members of the press, thank you for coming to meet me. I called you today to let you know and to help me inform the people of Uganda, especially those here in Kampala, that on Monday, 23rd, at 2 p.m., we will gather at Lubaga Cathedral, and the Archbishop of Kampala Diocese, His Grace Paul Semogerere, will lead us in a Holy Mass to pray for Dr. Kizza Besigye and all prisoners and the sick in Uganda, to hold them up in prayer to God and hold up our country to God. This Holy Mass was requested by myself and my family as Christian people who follow the Roman Catholic faith, but it is for all Ugandans. It is intended to unite all of us in our different religions, Anglican, Muslim, Orthodox, or even those without religion. It is meant to unite us all before God. It is also meant to bring together all the families that are suffering today, who have people who are missing since this election, and for even years. There are some who've been missing for even up to 6-7 years. It is for those families whose family members are in prison, many times without charge, for many years, 15 years. I met one man in prison. It is for suffering families whose loved ones have been taken away. Yesterday, I asked the Secretary General of NUP, David Louis Bongoya, to give me a list of families, of names of people who are missing or in prison among their supporters. I was expecting to get maybe a list of 30 names, or if many, 50 names, so that I take them to this Mass and we pray for them, we read them. I got a list of more than 600 people. And he said to me that the list is longer, it keeps growing every day. There are people they don't know yet who are missing. So it is a crisis in our country. We are coming together to pray at a time of crisis. This is not normal. The thing is that the violence, the militarism, the misogyny, the hatred and abuse of women has been going on and continues to be normalized. We are coming to pray to say that this is not right, this is not normal, we want it to change. We want a peaceful country, a democratic country. You see, since we started these elections and Dr. Kizza Besigye decided to run, the first time he ran, 2001, after that election, he fled into exile He spent 5 years in exile. That was not normal. The next election, 2006, for that one, he spent half the campaigning time in prison, facing the same charges he's facing today, treason. Even rape was there. Half the time in the presidential election, the main candidate was in prison. That was not normal. The next election, the third one, 2011, he was assaulted. I had to take leave from my job in New York to come here to evacuate him to Nairobi to be treated after he was physically assaulted, almost made blind. That was not normal. Should I go on? The fourth election. He was held here after the election, prisoner in his own home, unable to step outside for months. We had to fight and fight and fight for him to be able to step out and be normal. That was not normal. Now see this young man, Robert Kyagulanyi. He comes out of an election and has to flee, hide. Finally now we have heard him speaking from Geneva. He runs away. His wife, Barbara Itungo, is assaulted in her home. And the head of the army proudly displays a picture of her in a humiliating position, like sitting and crawling on her bare floor, her house ransacked, and a soldier over her head. She told a painful story of her humiliation. Sexual assault, pulling off her clothes and leaving her exposed in front of tens of soldiers. She fell unconscious, had to be hospitalized. This is after an election. These are not elections. The whole world is condemning them now. The violence, the fraud, the intimidation and threats, the humiliation. So, these are not normal things. Our country is not in a good state. I chose to go to pray because that's how I was raised, to take problems to the Creator and to come together with others to find solutions. That's the purpose of this Mass.